Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Town of Munster Show. This is Tuesday, July 21st. Yes, 21st. Yep. And we are here at the WJOB studios in Hammond, Indiana. And you're listening to WJOB 1230 AM and 104.7 FM. And my name is David Nellens. I'm one of the counselors, and I've been hosting this show for a few years, since something like 2009, I believe. But anyway, we have guests here today with us. And we have Nadine is with us, and yes. Christina, and Sergeant Grace. And if you can't tell from their T-shirts, they talk about National Night Out, and that's what we're here to talk about today. We're going to have conversations and find out just what's going on. And Sergeant Grace, just when is this activity? What is the dates?
Well, the National Night Out, this is the 31st annual National Night Out in Munster. It's coming up on Tuesday, August 4th in Munster, and we're looking forward to it.
So you say this is the 31st.
Mm-hmm.
It started out at the town hall, I believe, with just cooking a few hot dogs and having the smokehouse there, and just some very limited activities. But we had some folks come out and see what was going on and wanting to know what was this all about. And the ask for people to put out a blue light or at least turn your porch light on to signify that we're all together and we want to keep our community as safe as possible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, we're very fortunate to have a great support from our community, and the event has really, really grown over the years. We've got an awesome Choice Community Council. Our Choice Community Council is a great group of people in our community, residents who meet quarterly to help plan events such as the National Night Out. They plan events that are aimed at reducing drug, gang, crime, and violence prevention in Munster. And events such as this are directed at that, at promoting unity in our community and crime prevention in our community, but also providing a fun event for our residents to participate in. And like I said, this event is completely run through donations, and we collected donations and were able to put this event together, and it has really, really grown over the years into an event that attracts several thousand people to our Munster Community Pool each year. And last year, our event was actually ranked as the #1 National Night Out event by population category in the United States. And
that's quite an accomplishment.
We received the National Night Out Cup, which is displayed in our police department trophy case.
Wow. Now, as far as the event and coming to it, it's really free, and folks can just come, and there's parking around the area, and there's just a lot of activities.
Yeah, there sure is.
Now, excuse me, with these two ladies here, they're besides being nice guests to be here at the show, they're also involved with the Choice Community Council. And I think I heard, why do you ladies belong to that? Why do you come out to the Choice and then also National Night Out?
Well, I think I originally got started because I just wanted to help out the community, and it's a fun night. I used to go there as a resident. A couple of years I went representing one of our school organizations, EADS Leads, and I just wanted to do a little bit more, get out there. It's fun. You get to meet residents. Since I'm a teacher at EADS, I get to see some of my kids, some of the kids that I might be getting in the future, and a lot of older kids that I haven't seen in a long time. So it's just a fun night to help out my friend Sergeant Grace.
Well, that's a good thing. It's always nice to have that opportunity to give back to the community, and also as far as being involved in things. And I think you ladies mentioned you've at least been 4 years, 5 years involved with Choice.
Yeah. Yes.
And
5 years.
5 years. There we go. And Christine, I think you said 4.
Yeah, 4.
4 years. So, and you're both involved with students.
Mm-hmm.
if I remember right, both teachers.
Yes.
And Christina, you're in the middle school
Yes. Yeah, I'm at
teacher
level
group,
right.
and you're still with the younger children.
I'm at
Yeah.
Eads, taught kindergarten. I'm moving up to second grade, going to mix it up a little bit this year.
All right. So, getting back to the National Night Out, what activities are going to be going on? What will people see when they show up?
Well, the event begins that night at 4:30 p.m. with the community parade. So our community parade is in Community Park this year. So in past years we've had it on Columbia Avenue, but this year it's going to be at Community Park. So it's going to start at the Babe Ruth Fields and it's going to go down Lions Club Drive to the event. So if people would like to come to the parade, we encourage you to line Lions Club Drive.
They're by the library and St. Thomas More and St. Thomas More Center.
Yep,
Their
the
operation.
Weiss Center.
The Weiss Center.
Yep, if you could just line the around the park there, go ahead and attend the parade there. And it's a brief parade that will just go south through the park. And that parade has first responders, it has school groups, it has veterans, and so it's a great opportunity for you to come and show your support for them as they travel down through the park to the event itself. So that starts at 4:30, and then after you follow the parade to the event's going to start at 5 o'clock, and that's going to begin with the national anthem performance by one of our Munster students. And then after the performance of the national anthem, the event itself is huge. So it takes place at the Munster Community Pool and the surrounding area. And we have free swimming for Munster residents. You just have to show your state ID. Parents have to show that in order to get into the pool for free. Just non-residents have to pay to get into the pool, the usual admission fee. There's kids games and prizes, door prizes and giveaways. There's emergency vehicles display, so we have police cars, fire trucks, ambulances, things like that. We have our MRAP for the SWAT team. We have canine demonstrations and other things. We're going to have a karate group that's going to be out there breaking boards and things like that. The dance and all that kind of stuff, the dance team, cheerleaders, things like that.
Is that's over in the just west of the pool in that grassy area?
Yep, everything's going to be on the west side this year. This year we have over 130, close to 140 booth participants. So lots of places that you can visit with your families and see what they have to offer. So we're talking businesses, community organizations, faith-based groups, and a lot of school groups. So a lot of opportunities to visit all of those and get your kids interested in different things as they get older.
Does that also include the food trucks?
Yes.
The food vendors? See, notice I'm asking about the food.
Yep. We have
That's kind of an important thing.
Yeah, we're gonna have food trucks there. So if you'd like to come to eat, we're gonna have a lot of picnic tables out there, and we'll have a nice variety of different food trucks. So you can come to eat, not only to have food, but there's gonna be specialty items there as well. Like there's gonna be cotton candy. There's gonna be one that
Corn
that
dogs
has different kinds of concessions, specialty items. So you can just come and enjoy yourself, and we'll have picnic tables in different kinds of areas to enjoy with your family.
There's a lot of really good food there.
Sure is. So we try to have a nice variety so that there's not long wait lines and other things like that. We're going to do citizenship award presentations. That's where we honor different residents for spending time helping us with our community policing events. And then we're going to have also a lot of costume characters, Bluey, Bingo, Chase, Marshall, Mario, Luigi. We have some people who from the Northern Darkness Garrison who, that raise money for different causes. And we have barrel car train rides and crime prevention information, veterans, and music. So, and then the event itself, the last thing I want to mention is we're going to end with an awesome closing fireworks display. And I can't thank Greg Kaplan from Crazy Kaplans enough. He's been doing this for probably over a dozen years, providing us with a generous fireworks display. And
It is a nice display. It really is.
And so that'll be at the end of the night. And so, like I said, Greg Kaplan is just one of the most generous, genuinely nice individuals, and I appreciate him.
It's just a well-rounded evening, and as I comment that there's really something there for everyone.
Sure is.
If you're older and like to talk to people, there's people there that will talk and communicate with you and listen back and forth. Mm-hmm. And if you have grandchildren or children, there's little games going on at a lot of the booths where they mm-hmm. can potentially pick out a little prize or something.
And it's not just for kids; it's for all ages, like you said. I mean, if you want to go to different booths, it's for all ages.
And as you mentioned, the veterans are there, and that's mm-hmm. a nice representation.
Sure is.
Those fellas are always willing to talk and chat up what's going on. And I think you usually have them located there in front of the pool entrance.
Right by the flag. They have a special place that's always
reserved for them.
And it's always theirs.
Yes, and it's nice. They bring some equipment, I think, generally.
Mm-hmm. They always march in the parade, and they bring, the VFW brings their cannon, and they bring their Jeep, and we make sure that they have plenty of room to do what they want to do.
Certainly. And again, now there is some activities going on by the pool on the east side. And we can mention this. This is the new tennis courts mm-hmm. for the school system, and it's a joint venture between the Parks Department being able to allow them to have some land to build that, and then the school system is building a new sports complex and administration center. Mm-hmm. So it's a win-win, and the tennis courts are available for the residents to use when there are not tennis events going on.
Yep.
So that's a win, too. We had tennis courts there before, but they were old, and now we're going to have the latest technology and the latest design on tennis courts. So it's a win. Mm-hmm. It's a win for the community, and it's nice that the groups can get together between the town and the Parks Department and the school town. Mm-hmm. We all serve the residents of Munster.
Sure.
So that's a good thing. The National Night Out, I know there's you have different activities going on as far as announcements. You have where you give the citizens awards and...
Yep, we give out awards to special people that we would like to just honor for helping us out over several years with different community policing projects, and that we just have been giving extra effort to those programs and support. So we pick different residents every year that we want to honor in that way. So we'll be honoring them with plaques. We'll also be giving out Block Unity awards to the winners of our town-wide block party contest that I'll mention in just a little bit.
Yeah. So how does that work? The block parties and the gatherings.
Well, in addition to the Crime Watch, or in addition to our night out, we have some pre-events. We have a senior bingo on July 30th. That's where we have, through the Parks Department, senior citizens can play bingo at the social center, and that's something you have to pre-register for, though. You have to go through the Parks Department. That's 219836 Park, and you have to register for that, and you can play bingo, and in addition to the winnings, you can go to a table and pick out safety items that are sponsored by Ace Hardware.
So that's obviously a very popular event.
It sure is. They cater a lunch, and I go in there and I give out some safety information.
Maybe I better sign up for that.
And I give out some safety information to them and stuff about senior citizen safety. And then we have a canned food drive on July 31st at the police station. That's all day. But the block parties on August 1st, our police department and our fire department, we go around to a number of block parties all throughout town, and they've been registered, and we visit them and not only have a chance to visit with them and show our emergency vehicles, but it also we fill out these little score sheets. It's just kind of a fun friendly competition between these neighborhoods, and we choose the winners of the Block Unity Awards, and they're these nice signs with the National Night Out logo that we put up in their neighborhood there.
Oh, that's nice. That's
forever. They're in there.
And you've been doing that for a few years now.
For 4 years, yep. And then the representatives from those neighborhoods then come to the National Night Out, and we present them during the awards portion.
Nice.
So it's a nice way for them to bring all of their residents together, maybe get to know some that they maybe moved in recently, or maybe some that they haven't ever met before. It's a way to promote unity in the neighborhoods and for them to look out for each other and promote crime prevention.
You know, we'll say this, or I'll say this often, but the National Night Out event is really very popular, and there's so much to see and go on. I can't get around to see everything. And between the different kind of food trucks, and I will say you need to decide what food you want early because they do sell out. And some of them sell out, you know, there's like barbecue, and just the Lions may have the hot dog vendor booth. So it really is a good event, but like I said, truly on the food. Decide what you want early and get in line, you know, get there before the lines all start. So I do want to mention that you're listening to WJOB 1230 AM and 104.7 FM. This is the Town of Munster Show, and we have Sergeant Greist is here, Christina is here, and Nadine, and I'm David Nellens, a councilman from the Ward 4, and this is Tuesday, July 21st. So now we're back on track. We do our mid advancement. I asked a question earlier, and I think this is an important one, and it talks about do people learn everything about life in kindergarten? And, you know, it sounds silly, but Nadine, you had some comments on that.
I think so. I mean, not only do they learn the academics, but they learn to share, they learn problem solving, self-control. So I think you take that throughout your entire life.
Truly,
Yeah.
if you can do that, if you have self-control, you can share, work with other people, play nice in the sandbox,
Yes.
you can go far, and you'll make friends and influence people. And it starts with kindergarten, with a good foundation.
Sets the tone for the rest of your life.
And I know Sergeant Greist has been involved with the DARE program and has run that for quite a number of years. And now with his added responsibility, he's overseeing that, and with the National Night Out. And again, it's just good activities, and it's good learning for everyone. Even myself, I learn something all the time. And I was going to compliment Sergeant Greist with having the school booths there. You've been able to attract teenagers, which is an elusive item to try to get them to come to something that's somewhat structured, or where you can learn something. It's good. They'll come and see their friends that are in the different clubs and that, or the club members will come and see who's at the table and who's representing everything. Mm-hmm. So I think it's a win-win all the way around. And Christina and Nadine here are volunteers. Mm-hmm. And what do you ladies do there at the National Night Out? What are your responsibilities?
We do have a community choice table where we do host a raffle, and then you can also sign up to be on the Choice Community Council. Like I said, we meet only 4 times a year. That's not, like a huge commitment. It's only 4 times a year. And then we also hand out goodies. I know the magnet flashlights are really big.
Yes.
I always have one on our fridge for power outages. They come in handy. We also hand out fun bracelets and things. I think we had fans maybe one year.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sometimes coloring books.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. We help direct people. If people want to know where to go, or
Mm-hmm.
the businesses when they start setting up, kind of help them with that.
Yes.
So, there's just, I said this before and I'll say this again, there's something there for everyone. Mm-hmm. And it's a good evening. And if the weather cooperates, and most of the time it does, and there's technical stuff. There's the fire trucks and all the pumps and all the equipment. Sometimes there's a group there that maybe has a drone depending with the fire department groups, and the police vehicles, emergency vehicles, and the canines. You get to see all the canines and the officers and get a chance to talk with them and pet them and pet the dogs and see what's going on.
I have to say, Mr. Ellens, we couldn't do this event without these volunteers. We have over 40 of them that night that are wearing shirts just like this throughout the evening. So if anybody's there at the National Night Out and they see, volunteers walking around wearing navy blue National Night Out shirts, please, take an opportunity to thank them for their service, because we really appreciate them. We could not do the event without them. They're always, like they said, helping to direct people, running tables, taking photos for us, running photo booths, helping clean up, emptying garbage cans. They're doing all kinds of different things. And then for the months before it, they're helping to plan the event. They're putting up posters. They are making phone calls. They are just helping to make this thing run successfully every single year.
Absolutely, and that gives you the expansion to be, I think, getting the posters out and getting people aware of what's going on. You need that assistance. It's hard to do it as a single person or as a one event. Although, Sergeant Grice, you do a tremendous job by yourself, but you have additional help now. And it's a good opportunity. It's a good event.
It's definitely a team effort, for sure.
You had mentioned that there's a Crime Watch meeting coming up.
Yes, there is a Crime Watch meeting coming up this Thursday, July 23rd at 6:30 p.m. at the Munster Town Hall. We're going to be giving out crime statistics, and for the last quarter in comparison to the last 4 years. And then we're also going to be giving out some updates on some recent incidents in Munster. There's going to be a representative from the Northwest Regional SWAT team that's going to be giving some information about the resources that they provide to our community, to local law enforcement. And then we're also going to be giving out a few door prizes. There's chances for people to ask us questions, raise any concerns. They can talk to us during the meeting or after the meeting if they'd like to. And then they can also pick up any kind of crime prevention information. We always have it available on a table if they'd like to pick it up on their way in or on their way out of the meeting. But like I said, we give out a few door prizes. These meetings only last about an hour. So if you come to the meeting, you're not going to be there for 2 or 3 hours. It's just a great opportunity for you to get some really important safety information and to be able to hear from your local police department and to network with others. So we really encourage people to come to our meeting this Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. at the Munster Town Hall to hear this important information at the Crime Watch meeting.
And the officers and the compliance officers
Yep.
stay after the meeting, so they're available to.
As long as
maybe
you need.
I don't want to ask that question publicly. 'Cause
Right.
maybe it's silly. Maybe it's really serious.
Mhm.
But I can wait and then talk with someone afterwards when things settle down.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Well, that's certainly, I always enjoy going to the Crime Watch meetings. My wife and I, Paula Nellens, we sit in the back of the room, and I like to watch. I want to see the dynamics of what people are doing, who's fidgeting in their chair or whatever. It's just like kindergarten. You've got your players, you've got your comedians, you've got your fidgeters, and I can see what's going on, and I hear the questions. And it's a good learning opportunity for both of us. Paula spent a number of years on the school board, and you hear what the community is concerned about.
Yeah.
And it's just a good thing. It's a good thing. And to meet the officers, and sometimes you have the canine officers there and the dogs, and
We always try to make them very beneficial to the public, and they're always well attended. So we always have plenty of people there, and we always just want people to be able to leave the meetings and say, I was glad that I came to that meeting. That was beneficial for me to be there. I got something out of that.
Right, that's important. And then they got door prizes.
Yeah.
Because you pass out tickets, and I got the ticket. I got the winning ticket here.
Yep.
So, it's depending on the group and the age, those kind of things are very important.
Mm-hmm.
They're important to the kindergartners, and they're important to the seniors. Who's got that? See, I struck a funny bone there. I had asked Sergeant Grice if we could talk a little bit about e-bike safety. And because I've seen it even on the city of Chicago, they have trouble with e-bikes. And I know we're working on that in town. We have officers that stop the children or adults on the e-bikes and explain to them what the activities are. In the news you can use, it talks about where you can ride your bikes. And Sergeant, if you want to talk a little bit about what the officers do in meeting with the individuals, and it says that you can ride your e-bikes on roads and streets provided they stay within the traffic laws. And that means if there's a stop sign coming up, you need to stop.
Yeah, absolutely.
You just don't blow right through it.
Yep, they have to follow the same traffic regulations as cars do. So our officers are watching for those for sure. And they will stop bicycles or e-bikes or, anything that is not following the traffic regulations.
And they can ride their bike, it says here on Munster's 11-mile bike path network. So they can ride the e-bikes on the bike paths.
Well, not the, I don't have it in front of me.
Well, it says e-bike safety.
Yeah.
And it says no riding bikes on sidewalks, no interstate highways or expressways, Class 3 not on standard bike paths.
Right.
Not on standard bike. Now, a Class 3 is a faster one, or?
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, the Class 3s are not allowed to be on those, riding on those, riding past the pedestrians and things on those kinds of.
Standalone bike
Paths
paths unless locally authorized, no riding against traffic. So you need to ride with traffic. And we're learning about the e-bikes. I mean, the residents that come to the council meetings and say, hey, I almost got run over by an e-bike, or they were shooting past, or I saw this one just blowing right into the traffic. And it's something that we're learning. They've just exploded. Apparently, they're reasonably affordable.
Right.
And the kids have them, and it's fun. Juice that thing up and let's go.
Yeah. Well, the main thing that our department is doing is our officers have been really keeping an eye out for anybody who is on an e-bike and who is riding, recklessly, who is riding unsafely. If any of our officers see juveniles who are riding in that manner, they've been stopping them, identifying them, finding out, where their who their parents are, and trying to follow up with their parents and trying to document that. So, just trying to make sure that their parents are aware of it so that they can promote safety with that individual.
Certainly.
So, we've been trying to do that. If they have to do any kind of enforcement action, they will do that as well. So, that's the kind of things that our officers are doing to try to promote safety with the kids. There's also some other things that our community policing unit is going to be working on over the next several weeks. So to try to do some other kind of promotional materials to try to
additional
help,
training
yeah,
and
yeah,
make
try
it
to
easy.
help with people.
Make it
So-
easy. It's something that's evolving.
Mhm.
We don't have a cookie cutter answer,
Right.
and we don't have the solution boom right now, but we're working on it. And as the complaints come in, the comments come in from the residents, that gives you opportunity. Well, what's going to work? What have they seen, and what are our little darlings doing right now with their e-bikes and running down? And again, I have concern like on Ridge Road. I don't know that I want to see them out on Ridge Road, 35 miles an hour and all that traffic. It concerns me, but yet if they're on the sidewalks, that also is a concern, because if you're not expecting them and you step into the sidewalk, boom, they can run you right over. There's enough inertia. Especially I've seen some bikes with two riders, and there's a lot of weight there, and they're just going to keep on going.
Yeah, and they're not supposed to do that. They're only supposed to have as many as the bike is supposed to have.
So if it
we
has
see-
one seat, it's supposed to be one rider.
right, and if we see that, we'll talk to them as well and make sure that they're not supposed to.
Oh,
if
but it's
a-
fun to bring your buddy along with you.
Yeah, I mean with e-bikes,
With
what I mean?
e-bikes, yes.
Yeah, we'll talk to them and just say, hey, but yeah, we're all about trying to promote safety with these kids. We just don't want to have anybody getting hurt. So that's the main thing. So
Well, we're coming towards the end of our show, but I want to make sure we get some highlights in here. I have a note that says rain night. If we happen to have bad weather, inclement weather on August 4th, what is the rain night?
The rain night would be August 5th. If we do have a rain night, people can check they can check the Munster Police Department's Facebook page for updates on the status of the event, so they can go ahead and read through that. We actually also, if you go to the Munster Police Department's Facebook page now, there's also a event page for the National Night Out. So you can read through that. It has a whole bunch of different specific information about the activities that are planned that night. So we encourage you guys to mark that you're going and to share the event with others, invite others to the event, and get the word out. So that would be very helpful. We also encourage people to display blue lights starting from about July 29th all the way through August 4th in support of the event. You know, light up your blocks with light, you know, blue lights.
Or if you don't have a blue light, at least put your porch light on
that night
and light up the neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And now we have a Crime Watch meeting coming up again. When is that?
That's Thursday night at 6:30 p.m. at the town hall.
And with that, I want to say I certainly appreciate all of you being here. And I appreciate both of you, Christina and Nadine, volunteering
Thank you.
and helping. And Sergeant Grice, I know you volunteer a lot of hours that you put in for these activities that really make a difference. So that's the Town of Munster Show for July 21st. And I want to thank all of you for tuning in and future turn-ins. So thank you very much. Have a good day.